This video is not for the faint of heart. Natural storms wreaking havoc, horrific traffic accidents, and rare events that only 1 in a million might witness, unable to take your eyes off the screen.
A 1.2-meter high tsunami hit Ishikawa Prefecture, Japan, caused by a 7.6 magnitude earthquake. Having swept away almost everything, this family were in complete despair and helplessness. A container ship rammed a tanker in the North Sea off the coast of Great Britain. As a result of the collision, a fire broke out on the ships. Rescue boats and firefighting vessels were immediately called in to deal with the consequences. The tanker suffered a hole in the hull and was extinguished, while the container ship burned out completely. The crews were evacuated and no one was injured. A ship, speeding recklessly, collided with a cable and ended up capsizing. Such carelessness. A huge container ship crashed into loading cranes in the port of the Turkish city, overturning 3 cranes and causing significant damage. No people were injured in the incident. A heart-stopping incident occurred when a man had just stepped out of the laundromat in Spain. Mere seconds later, a washing machine exploded. Truly, a miracle saved him. A man riding a scooter slipped on the road. Just at that moment, a container truck came barreling towards him. Miraculously, he managed to escape. A truly close call. It seems the car lost control, zigzagging wildly and causing the driver to be thrown out right by the beach. Fortunately, the man is safe. Scottish fishing boats are facing rough seas and huge waves in the North Atlantic off the coast of Scotland. They take a lot of fish home. There is often a strong storm in these places, but these vessels are designed to operate in harsh conditions at sea. A huge oil tanker sailing in a severe storm in ballast with a wind speed of 70-80 knots and 12 on the Beaufort scale. The height of these waves is so great that even such a huge ship sways from side to side like a boat. The tanker's crew had been in such situations more than once, so everything went well and the team arrived at their destination on time. Due to prolonged storms, an ancient tree collapsed, narrowly missing a car driving down the road. Horrible accident in Poland. When the signal light on the crossroads turned red and the barriers collapsed, the truck driver still ignored it and kept moving the truck. Finally got hit seriously by a train. The tanker truck lost control, collapsed on the road, spilling polluted wastewater onto the road in Argentina. Extremely polluted. When you try to act cool but actually know painful combo. How did the python get into the car? So scared.
Oh, shit!
It turns out that this is how a giant boat departs to the ocean with only 2 small cranes in 5 seconds. It's interesting. A big fire broke out in Chile's subway, with the fire burning strongly at the station exit. The image you are seeing is said to be a Tesla coil, one power generation system to music. Is that true? It's so weird. mind-blowing magic trick. How could he fit the girl into that tiny metal box? And then, he even rolls it around. It looks like a bright halo, but this is actually a twilight lightning bolt near Cleveland, Mississippi, USA. A giant cargo ship passes dangerous waves in a storm on its way from Japan to Brazil. Although the vessels are built to withstand even the most extreme weather conditions, it is still amazing to see how the human spirit struggles with the forces of nature. These images capture gusts of wind on the deck of the ship and splashes of ocean water around, which makes the camera lens blurry. The bravery and dedication of those who choose to live on the high seas is truly impressive. Have you ever seen this phenomenon? This is an extremely rare phenomenon in China, the fish scale tide in the Qiantang River. That's amazing and fantastic. The most weird truck I've ever seen looks really dangerous when driving. A large number of people witnessed the bridge being destroyed in just 5 seconds with explosives. Amazing.
Take a picture off the video.
Wow, that's awesome! I didn't even video it.
A terrifying landslide occurred in southern China, with massive amounts of earth and large boulders cascading onto the road, completely blocking it.
Way.
The scene of a massive thermal power plant being demolished in China as part of efforts to reduce environmental pollution in just a matter of seconds. A massive cruise ship experienced an engine failure and lost control while docking at the port in Venice. The Russian fishing vessel Ivan Kalinin struggles with monstrous waves and fierce winds during winter pollock fishing in the Sea of Okhotsk in the Pacific Ocean. Judging by the strong rolling of the ship, it is having difficulty staying afloat and moving forward. Difficult weather conditions and extreme movements of the vessel give us a clear idea of how vulnerable the life of fishermen at sea is. Wow, it's amazing! A group of dolphins swim ahead of the ship. This does not happen often in the Atlantic Ocean. Sailors are delighted to see dolphins accompanying them jumping on the waves. A passenger ferry collided with huge waves on January 12, 2019 in the Baltic Sea. It is believed that these may be some of the largest recorded waves in a storm in the area. The passengers and crew are a little scared, but overall everything has gone well and the weather has improved. A car flew off an overpass and crashed onto the ground, hitting an area crowded with pedestrians on the sidewalk in India. How could anyone drive like that?
Giving the thumbs up over there. Wow.
It's in Wasilla on Vine, Jenny. I want to go down there, babe.
So bad for that person. Well, the front of the car's over there.
Yeah, I hope they're okay.
That's that chunk of cars back there. Yeah, they're all good.
Wow.
Roads have been severely damaged, with massive cracks and destruction, following a 7.0 magnitude earthquake in Alaska. The damage has rendered the roads completely impassable. The cracks are extremely deep and wide.
And then continue driving that way.
crew, standing on the forward deck, anxiously watches as a large vessel approaches them at a dangerously close distance. Tension builds when ships come within a hair's breadth of colliding, but thanks to quick action, this can be avoided. The sailors on board the ship barely escaped the impact, which could have led to catastrophic consequences.
When the Russian captain swears, you know things are getting bad. During a heavy storm in the Baltic Sea, this Russian oil tanker was hit by a monster wave from the side so heavily that it destroyed several parts of the bridge. Luckily, they made it back to safety.
Check out this amazing video showing a Royal Navy warship sailing through a terrible storm near Antarctica. A powerful 20-meter high wave hits the front of the ship and shatters the portholes. But the team is watching this with delight. And they seem to like it. In the North Sea, a Portuguese-flagged container ship crashed into the tanker Stena Immaculate, which was anchored. Both vessels were engulfed in fire, and the crew immediately called rescue vessels. The collision occurred near the English port. The tanker was carrying jet fuel, and the container ship, according to some reports, was also carrying poisonous sodium cyanide. The ships have taken critical damage and cannot be repaired. No people were injured. Superstar Aquarius research vessel found itself in terrible weather conditions at sea near Taiwan. The crew on board shows how difficult life is for those who are at sea. It was a routine typhoon rescue, and the ship was slowly heading back to its home port of Keelung when suddenly the sea became very choppy.
But the problem is the gold mine is coming up.
But it doesn't move.
Someone chopped the nut, but because it was the paint trap and the hydroblast was together.
When in 6 to 8 hours sea calmed down and the waves left, the cruise could continue towards its destination.
Oy, 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 oy. Oy, oy, oy.
A cruise ship sailing through the legendary Drake Strait between the southernmost tip of South America and Antarctica was caught in a powerful storm. "40-foot heart-stopping waves that were enough to knock other passengers off their feet. This is really an unforgettable adventure, perhaps for which people go on an ocean cruise. One of the strongest tsunamis recorded in history struck the village of Nuugaatsiaq in Greenland late in the evening. The local fishermen were clearly not prepared for such powerful waves. They took a lot of risks trying to save their boats and property. Therefore, it was decided to run as far as possible. A cruise ship gets caught in monster waves in the Labrador Sea, Greenland, on August 29, 2019. At the sea can get scary anytime. One such incident was caught on camera by one of the passengers on this cruise ship. A huge cyclone set out, causing the ship to get tumble-tossed. The wind keeps hitting the deck with great force, but the ship battles with full velour. Though the ship sustained certain damages, they were repaired and nobody was injured. Thank you for joining us on this unforgettable journey through nature's most intense moments. We hope you were as amazed and astonished as we were. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more mind-blowing videos. Stay curious, stay safe, and keep exploring.